Welcome back to 26 Acres Outdoors, and it's that time, people. Full food plots. This is the one we're working on today. Is a new one that we're establishing this year. I've been working. I'll go over that in a minute. But first, let's talk about some seeds. If you're getting food plot seeds for whatever season, there's only one place, in my opinion, to get it. You've heard me say it before. First, let's talk about some seeds. If you're gonna get food plot seeds, my opinion, there's only one place to get them. This is our second year purchasing from John from Northwoods Whitetail Inc. I can't speak highly enough. Check out my videos from last year with the no-till brassica. The Sweet Feast brassica blend is just phenomenal. Look at my results from last year. So first, we're going to go over what we got from John. But first, Izzy and I would like to thank John for the sweet t-shirts he sent us. Got his logo on it. Check out the back. I mean, that is really cool. Hope you guys can see that. You can purchase them from him as well. But that was really nice. We'd like to thank you. Hope you're watching, and we've been watching your videos too with your new products out, and it's been very helpful. And John and I talked last week before I ordered my seeds. They came really quick, and he was more than helpful to answer my questions over the phone, which is awesome. Just go online, order what you got to order. Ask him a question. You can call him up. His number's on the website. There's a great company and a great guy, and like I said, tune into his channel, unsubscribe, look at my channels, and you can find him that way, or just look him up. So you won't be disappointed. So this year, we'll get over what we got real quick. We know I like to talk, right? Unfortunately. So we got our Sweet Feast brassica blend, which we're not planting in this particular food plot, but I did buy a couple more bags of that because that was just killer. That's going to go in a different plot. Now, I took some notes just to save you guys some time. And we also got some forage winter peas, which we're going to be planting in this plot. And we're going to be mixing that with the whitetail forage radish, which is in the brassica blend. The deer in my area in Connecticut just love that. Out of that, they ate that when it was growing, and it would kind of even grow back. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but it would. And then once it got cold, they just looks like romaine lettuce, these big white turnips. They just crushed that, and then once it got real cold, they were eating the turnip part of it, and they did eat all the other stuff in the brassica blend, just they like that first. And they ate the other beets and turnips in here, or whatever, turnips rather. Fantastic blend. That's why I'm planting it again in a different plot. But this year we're getting a little creative. So if you're going to just do the brassica straight up, is 3 pounds for a half an acre, right? Well, this blend, the blend. The forage winter peas is a 50 to 75 pounds per acre if you're mixing it. If you're going to plant the forage winter peas stand alone, just them, it's 100 pounds to 150 per acre. The whitetail forage radish, which we're mixing with the winter peas, is 4 to 5 pounds in a mix per acre, 8 pounds standalone. So we're going to mix the radishes with the peas. That's our plan. So those are some steps. It's all on the website, like I said. My opinion, only place to get seeds. Great success last year. This year we're working against 3 things. It's going to be super tough. I'm sure all of you are too. You're in a drought. It hasn't rained in Connecticut since beginning of June. It rained once in July for about 5 minutes. So I did no spring plots, which I'm kind of staying away from anyways because they have plenty of stuff to eat. My main goal is to have them something great like these seeds I mentioned to eat over hunting season and throughout the winter. And they do, like I said, I made videos. You can see how they dig that stuff up. That's just how it's designed. I also did pick up some Northwoods rye, which is not ryegrass, it is cereal rye, and I plant that end of October where I'm at. And it comes up about yay high, they eat it, and then it comes back up in the spring and I till it in, or terminate it, whatever you're doing. So we've got the drought against us. It's late, it is. Last year I planted my brassica August 10th, and it is, what's today's date is?
August 25th.
It's the 25th. So, got that going against us. The reason why I didn't plant is because I usually plant when we have forecasts of some rain, something substantial. Well, we finally got rain on Monday. It rained most of the day. It kind of saturated the ground a little bit, and then Tuesday evening we got some crazy thunderstorms. So it is not a dust bowl anymore. Ground's actually pretty moist, so that's why today and tomorrow I have to get all 3 plots done. I took half a day off of work. I'm doing the same tomorrow. Or maybe nobody will call me and I won't have to go, because we're having some heavy rains supposedly Friday night, so I want to get all this stuff in. So the another thing I've been advised about and heard about, I know we all love the no-till and it does work, but in a drought situation, it's going to be, you know, we have to cover our seeds. So I know you guys liked watching the no-till, but this year I'm not going to do it. I don't want to waste seed. I'm on a time crunch, and I know I will have some good forage for them throughout the winter and into the hunting season. So let's get into what we're doing on this food plot. I'll show you real quick. All right, so in this food plot, which is a new one, first step is we terminated. I cut it short, waited a few days, and I sprayed it. In my opinion, it should need another spray, but like I said, I am out of time. I need seeds in the ground, or I will have no food plots. So it did rain. This was a dust bowl, but you can see we still got some moisture in the soil. So I don't fertilize much. I use some plot mix and some other stuff, but I don't really have a problem. That's our natural forage, and this is a new spot, so I'm more concerned about my acreage, so I can make sure my seed ratio is correct. So he's just going to get us a quick measurement. He's going to walk down there, tell me the length and the width, and we'll figure that out so we can make our seed mix. And then we're going to take I have a plot master, because we have to break this soil up and get some seed cover. You don't need to have a plot master, you don't need to have a crazy tractor, but if you're doing a large area, you must have some way to till it up. And we don't have to go super deep, but we're gonna break this up real quick. We're gonna plant our peas, we're gonna cover them, we're gonna cultipact them, and then we're going to do our brassica, and then we're going to cultipact them. And I'll show you all the steps of what we got going on and how we're going to do it, and we'll stay updated on this one. And I got 2 more to do with some similar things, but you can just get you can get something to pull behind a 4-wheeler. Depends how big of an area you're doing. Like I said, just no-till is out of the question this year. So for me, maybe not for you, but for me, I can't take a chance of it not coming up. Last year 2 of my plots got flooded after they grew up like this, and I wouldn't advise. I tried this is my 4th or 5th year doing food plots. The first year I did all the stuff in the bag that you get at the feed store and all Tractor Supply and all that stuff, or Walmart. You're wasting money, in my opinion. That stuff, it all would grow that big, or maybe a little, like a foot, and that was it. I did my own blends from the seed store. That was kind of good, but I was mixing stuff that shouldn't have been mixed. So I did try a bunch of different things before I found John last year, and started watching and communicating with him, and I had great success last year. So hopefully this year might be tough with the drought, but we're gonna give it a run. So we'll get this all wrapped up. So Izzy just measured it out, this food plot. It's like a little over 1/10 of an acre. So I'm going to kind of make a formula to try to get my seed ratio correct, or close to correct. The last thing we want to do is overseed, waste seed, and stunt the growth on everything. So bear with me. I'm going to mix some seed. Actually, first we got to till, so we'll get that tilled up and hopefully get down to some soil. All right, what do you think, Iz?
Didn't work.
Well, it's working, but we'll be here forever. The plot master doesn't like this. The other problem that we got going on is that I sprayed 12 days ago. It was so dry. It's killed most of it, but I would normally spray again. Like I said, this is a new plot. My other plots, the plot master has no issue, since they've been already tilled and worked. It doesn't have an issue, but it does not. Once again, I like something, I like it. I don't, I'm going to tell you. So if you bought this, if you buy one of these, like I did for this, it's not going to come up. It's not going to till up. Not the smaller version that I have. Is it still handy? Do I still like it? Yes. If I sprayed twice and this stuff got dead down to dirt, would it do what I want it to do? That I want it to do right now that it won't? Without a doubt. But you know, like I said, we're in a rush. So unfortunately, now I have to go get the skid steer and put the rototiller on that. And that's always fun because that thing just likes to spit tines out because they don't stay tight. But I'm not going to go real deep. I'm going to go just enough to turn this stuff over. Then we'll hit it with the Plot Master. So give me a minute. Is you going to give me a ride to go get it, the skid steer? Hook up the rototiller?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Got the skid steer, but at least it'll be nice and cool in here. So let me lightly tool this. One pass with a skid steer definitely loosened it right up. But gotta do this once on all my new food plots around here for whatever reason it seems to be. So it'll be established after this, and we'll hit it with the rest of the process. So give me a little bit. I'm going in where it's cool and I can listen to the radio and get this done. All right, I lost Izzy. Her grandfather came and picked her up because it was time for her to go. So it's just me now. But the skid steer made pretty quick work of that. So that's all nice and tilled up. And I'm just going to take the Plot Master with the disc down and kind of just chew up all these dead clumps. Like I said, with my rototiller for the skid steer, that lovely contraption, it kicks off all the tines. That's why they don't rent a rototiller anywhere around me for a skid steer, because people bend the tines and they just come loose and they fall off. That's the only one I found. God knows how many more are buried under there. But like I said, I just use that just to break the ground because that's the only thing I got for a new plot. When it's something super thick like this. So I found one to go put in the pile with the other ones in my shop. Okay, so it's nice and tilled up. I used the Plot Master. Most of this stuff is all terminated. Just didn't die to where I wanted it to, but you know, it's tilled up. And now we're gonna go through with the Plot Master, which, as you can see, it kind of makes kind of rows with the disc. And I'm gonna do first. We're gonna do the peas, and then we've got the drag chain to cover up our seed, and then the cultipactor to roll it. So we're gonna see how it works. This is like a food plot video, and talking about fantastic seeds, and then talking about a piece of equipment that this is the first time I'm using it, because like I said, it came in too late last year. So we will see if we can do a one-shot planting with it. But we're doing the peas, we're doing the winter peas first. So here's our peas, winter peas, forage peas. So I did a guess. Like I said, I have a little over 1/10 of an acre. So we're going to start with that. We'll see if I make it all the way around at the speed. The Plot Master has settings for soybeans, cowpeas, and then pea patch. I'm going to probably set it at the soybean setting. I think they're very similar size at a 4. We'll see how it works. This is an experiment. That better work. So let's get set up, and I'll turn around over there and put everything down, and we'll run it out, and then we'll go to step 2. Okay, now it's time for our whitetail forage radish. And according to my notes, 4 to 5 pounds in an acre, but we have a little over 1/10 of an acre here. So we are going to use, obviously not that much, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And unlike everybody else that does any kind of deer plots, food plots, got the earthway spreader. So I'm going to put some in there. I'm going to set that at a 1, maybe 1.5. So I'm going to walk over, I'm going to walk this way, I'm going to walk that way, and then we're going to cultipatic it again. All right, my wife used this to plant some grass seed at the house, and the guide is not working. If I can say anything I want about her, because she doesn't watch my YouTube. So let's put some of this in and get to it. Alright, well, I just cultipacted it. I went like at a snail's pace with the four-wheeler. It was barely moving. I was so quiet, a couple deer came out down there in the end of the field. So I'm actually really excited about this plot. I feel a lot more confident now after I cultipacted it, rolled it. I mean, my seed's all pressed in. You know, I think it's going to be a super plot if we get the rain we're supposed to. If I don't get the rain, you know. And the other thing is, like, you know, don't be discouraged. You know, I've been doing this 4 or 5 years now, and you know, last year I had two plots fail. I had one that was awesome, one that was kind of in between because it was a new one. So don't be discouraged. You know, I come out here to have fun. You know, deer are still around. It's a benefit if you can feed them and hold them. But you know, this is my escape from work and everything else. So don't be discouraged, because if I was discouraged after my first 3 years of doing this, I would have just said, oh, it's not worth it, I'm just going to go sit in a tree. But, you know, and the more you plant in one spot, and you mix things up, and add different things to the soil, you're going to find it only gets better and better. Unless you're got a green thumb or a super farmer, I highly doubt any of you, maybe you got lucky, you live in a great spot, but I don't think the first year you planted them, you got like this luscious stuff that you see on the bags and then on everybody's videos. It takes time. So I hope you guys keep watching. And over the years, hopefully I have some food plots that look like that. Last year I had a killer one. And so stay tuned, keep watching. I'll get you updated on this once it gets going, but it's almost 8 o'clock and I got to put equipment away and whatnot. And I got 2 more to do. And comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.